According to a report from German media, Ferrari approached Christian Horner with a view to appointing him as their new team principal. Now, we at planetf1.com understand this story is accurate, but Horner, who is under contract with Red Bull until 2030, remains committed to the team and has no interest in moving. In fact, he made a slightly jokey comment about how his Italian is about as good as Flavio Briatore's English, so he wasn't sure he'd fit in at Ferrari. So there you go, it has been dismissed, and whilst it has been sort of pushed away by Horner and all gone a bit quiet as a result, surely that big question has got to be, why the approach in the first place, and has Fred Vasseur got something to be concerned about? Because Ferrari don't tend to go sniffing around other team principals unless they're not happy with something. And look, I think he's done a good job since joining Ferrari. And don't forget, the team only just missed out on the Constructors' Championship last year, their first since 2008. And he's been massively credited, rightly so, with reviving the team, particularly when it comes to the in-race operation, which was in desperate need of a change, and he's certainly done that. The problem is, I suppose, some of the old in-race mistakes are starting to rear their head again, aren't they? And, you know, things like odd strategy calls and poor communication, that's going to start to put concern throughout the team, particularly towards the top end. So I can see why maybe there's some concern there, and why people might say maybe he's not turned around the fortunes of the in-race team as much as we thought, because those mistakes are still there. The car is also way off the pace of the McLarens for the most part, and the team's form this season has been underwhelming, I'm going to go with. But they are a long way off where they need to be, and a long way off where they are expected to be. I mean, it's not quite as bad as, say, 2020, for example. It's not that low. And given their lack of patience with team principals in the past, and the pressure that comes from the top of the business, as well as the fans and the Italian media too, Fred Vasseur needs, at the very least, to be looking over his shoulder now. And that Horner approach, even though he said no, that's going to put even more pressure on arguably the most high-pressure team boss job in Formula One.